A delusional psychopath tried swatting someone. What happens next will shock you. Dusting off the old Darman reference here for this one. So some miserable, horrible lady tried to swat someone. I'm sure I don't need to explain what swatting is. It's a horrible, bad thing that'll land you permanently on Santa Claus's naughty list. And this lady looks and sounds like she's one glass of wine away from passing out face first into her copy of 50 Shades of Grey, but in between bouts of consciousness, she decided to commit a huge crime of swatting. And boy howdy, the shoe went on the other foot real quick. They actually found her, and when they brought her into custody, she started launching sonic-based attacks at the officers. It's a wild ride that I can't wait to take you on, thanks to Code Blue Cam here providing all of the footage. We get a POV of what it's like to encounter a real-world banshee. But before we even see her, let's go ahead and get brought up to speed with the lore. The call, the emergency that she phoned in.
Hi, there's a man with a gun, shooting with a gun.
Can you spell the street, ma'am? I can't understand you. Do you have me on speakerphone?
He's shooting with a gun.
I understand that, and I'm going to send help, but I need to understand the street name. Okay, and who is shooting with a gun?
There's a man. He lives there.
Okay, what is the man's name?
I have no idea.
Okay, how do you know this is going on?
Oh my God, he's out there with a gun shooting rabbits.
Okay, how do you know this is going on?
Oh my God, because I can see him. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere.
Answer my questions. How do you know this is going on?
No doubt she's a classically trained actress. That is a very convincing performance. Those acting chops could bring a tear to the eyes of even Margot Robbie. And she is using it for evil, nefarious purposes. So she's talking about a man who's shooting. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. And refuses to give any, real info. And then, pauses after the operator's asking her how she even knows this is going on. She doesn't answer and then just hangs up.
Based on the nature of the call, all on-duty Brookfield police officers responded to the area immediately.
Bravo 521, I'm 23. There's nothing going on here. This is most likely a swatting call.
Dispatch later informed that the female caller had reached out again, stating she could see the man on her cameras and that he was still firing his weapon.
They sent out the whole kit and caboodle like they were about to bring down Cobra Commander. They got there, found nothing, but then the mysterious caller reaches out again, saying the same thing, that this maniac is out there firing his weapon. There's a maniac on the loose and we gotta get him. Only the officers were there. There was no gunshots. They even searched the area for casings, found nothing. They asked the homeowner nearby, nothing. So they were pretty confident it was a swatting call.
While clearing the scene, the female continued to call 911 repeatedly from an unknown number. A sergeant instructed the clerks to forward all her calls to his desk phone.
She called them again and again and again, repeatedly just spitting this fraudulent fairy tale, this gobbledygook horseradish. I don't know what she was even fucking thinking at this point. She's like the Riddler, but 50 times as stupid. She's the shittler. So she's over there just spewing this shit. They are at the scene, so they know it's not real, and they just start forwarding those calls to Ace Detective Phoenix Wright's personal desk phone, and he happens to recognize her voice from previous interactions. Let that sink in for a moment. Marinate on that thought. A police officer interacts with so many people, and most of those interactions, I imagine, aren't overly positive. Do you know how annoying you have to be to have an officer remember your voice? That you were such a fucking nuisance that your voice left an imprint in their brain that even just audibly hearing you can activate a Winter Soldier moment for them where they remember your name and everything. All because you stained them with how annoying you were.
When she called again, he recognized her voice from previous interactions. A quick in-house database check soon revealed her identity as 36-year-old Ashley Corbin.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing?
Yeah.
Okay, we have gone to the area where you have claimed this has been happening 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
Yep, you've seen us there?
Yeah.
So he got asshole Ashley on the horn here in order to corroborate these reports, saying that you've called 10 times now all about this, we've been out there and have seen nothing, and she's just like a broken record saying, yeah, yep, yes. Like, she is a malfunctioning NPC. All she can say is, yeah. And he's just pressing her like, hey, we didn't see anything, what's going on? She eventually says that the guy shooting is on camera, so the officer says, well, we'd love to see that footage. Shocker, she's got no footage to show.
I would love to see the video footage if that's something that you could provide for us, because we have been unable to locate him. And I sent an officer to look at that with you.
No, we want him to be stopped.
What's going to happen moving forward, we're going to be conducting an investigation for swatting. Are you familiar with that term?
I hope so. I hope that you guys are going to take him, his property into custody and investigate his whole property. I pray to God.
Well,
Her body is screaming for water, but the only thing it's getting is more and more wine. She is plastered. You can clearly hear it. She is not able to process at all what's happening here. He's even telling her to her face that they are investigating her for swatting, and she's like, oh, thank heavens. Goodness gracious, it's about time you guys do your job. He's an absolute menace out there. He's shooting, and you need to go investigate his property. You need to take his property. I pray to God you go take his property. This and that. She doesn't realize what is happening here at all. Like, swatting is a very serious thing. Again, I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but people die from swatting. So it's something that's taken super seriously here, and she is not able to wrangle that fact at all.
Well, we're worried about our kids.
yep, you've said that a couple times, ma'am. If you were so worried about your kids, I think you'd be willing to talk to an officer about it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really want to want to go there?
We're going to pull the phone records from the phone company. We'll write the subpoena. Have you had any drinks tonight, ma'am?
Are you crazy?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to conduct this investigation for you.
Are you a crazy person?
Nope.
He's been shooting rabbits and doing all kinds of stuff.
He started to sniff out that she might be intoxicated, but Ashley's putting on a strong show of sobriety to throw him off the trail. Drunk? Me? No. You crazy? You a crazy person? Is that what's going on here?
So, we're going to end this. He's going to pay us $1,500.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, sure is.
Her neurons started to desperately fire as the realization must have started to sink in that they're not buying her story, so she starts to panic a little bit and tries to write a conclusion to the fanfic about how they just shook hands with $1,500 and everything's hunky-dory now, no need to send any pesky officers out there to check anything out because it's all squared away now, huh? Job well done.
Ashley Corbin, I remember her.
That's who I think it is. I think it's Ashley. Hello?
Holy.
Is this Ashley?
Yeah, no, this is not Ashley.
Okay. This is Sergeant Griebling with the Brookfield Police Department. You called us?
Who is Ashley?
I thought this was Ashley.
Why would you think that?
The tables turn, the officers are pretty sure it's Ashley, so they call her this time to try and confirm those suspicions, and I think it's pretty obvious from the second she answers the phone, they got her. But she's trying to play it cool. Ashley? No, this is not Ashley. What makes you think it's Ashley? My name is Bourne. I'm actually surprised she answered this call with her normal inebriated voice instead of trying to fool them, throw a monkey wrench into their hypothesis by answering the phone with an accent or something. Top of the morning to ya! You know, something like that, and they'd be like, oh, well, clearly it can't be Ashley. This caller wasn't Irish, so we got the wrong person.
Guess what? My name's Lindsay. You can stop calling me Ashley. Thank you.
Okay. You should probably slow down on the drinking tonight, ma'am.
You should probably fucking stop being a fucking bitch.
Okay.
How about that?
The call starts to devolve into her treating this call like it's an Xbox Live lobby, so she just keeps calling him a bitch. It really gets very interesting. It's like a League of Legends chat at this point.
It was also revealed that Ashley had an active felony warrant and had repeatedly called another police agency earlier that day using vulgar and profane language.
Sorry. Oh. Whoa. Crazy. Come on. Get a treat. Prince. Get a treat. Chris. No.
Come on. Let's go, bud.
Come on.
We get some more lore on Ashley, and the deeper it gets, the more confused I become at how someone can end up like Ashley. She was apparently calling another police agency that day as well to spew some mumbo-jumbo, and then they eventually find her outside with her dog, and then she's yanking on the dog's leash, which eventually pops the leash off of the dog, and then she has to go on the side quest to get the dog back to get it inside. It's quite a journey.
I want my attorney present.
Okay,
Sure.
Thank you. So I'm not going to talk to anybody without my attorney present.
Very well. I will pass on the Brookfield, and we'll see what they say.
After a lengthy mission, they do finally get the dog, and the way she's holding him, she's holding it like it's a bioweapon. I've never seen someone hold a dog like that in my fucking life. She's got the dog's wiener pointed at the officers. I think she was hoping that he'd start peeing or something as a distraction so she could make a run for it. I don't know. But she's like holding the dog almost like it's the fucking Heisman Trophy or something. Like, I don't get what she's doing, like, with that dog. I feel terrible for the dog. Honestly, the best thing that could have happened is the dog gets off the leash and finds a new owner. Because she seems remarkably fucking lost and beyond off her gourd.
So, no, I'm not doing a swatting thing with a Brookfield. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't joke about that.
That is a serious joke. Ken is a psycho.
I don't even know who Ken is.
The guy?
We honestly don't know much of what's going on.
We were told here to come pick you up, that you have a warrant, and Brookfield wants to talk, has criminal
I date a Brookfield officer, okay?
Who?
My man is an officer, okay? I'm not going to say because I don't want to...
You just said Singleton.
It's pretty clear that this woman is a pathological liar, and it only gets worse. She throws out some really heinous accusations in a bit. So right now, she's talking about how she wasn't behind the swatting. That's a very serious joke. That's not a knee slapper or a gut buster that you make gags out of. She would never do such a thing like that. And then she's talking about how she actually dates an officer. Won't name his name, but she dates an officer, and he probably wouldn't like what's happening here. He probably wouldn't like it. So her whole idea here, I think, was to try and, like, I don't know, say, like, hey, I date an officer, so I shouldn't be arrested, you know? I think that was the plan. It doesn't work, but I think that's what she was going for.
You need to go?
No,
Elevator?
you're good. Well, we got plans.
Can you please come out?
Hey, be respectful.
No, you can take it.
I was trying to go to the basement. I didn't know I was going to serve.
It's actually incredible how unlikable this woman is. A just normal person coming out of the elevator doing normal activities, and she yells at them to get out. Like, what the fuck? How can someone possibly be this much of an insufferable piece of shit? It's actually impressive.
That was kind of rude.
I am rude. I'm sorry.
That lady did nothing to you.
I'm a surgeon.
What?
I'm a surgeon. I am. So I'm very particular. So
What does that have to do with yelling at a lady?
I'm sorry.
Now she's saying that she's a surgeon. She just randomly blurts out that she's a surgeon. It's like a child when they're like making up a story when playing pretend, like SpongeBob and SquarePants in that box of imagination. That's her whole brain. I'm spitting. I'm actually spitting. That's how disgusted this woman makes me. She can't stop lying for even a second, and she can't stop being a piece of shit to people around her. And like the officer's even telling her, like, that was rude. Like, this was just a person using this elevator, and now you're yelling at them. And she's like, I'm a surgeon! I'm a surgeon! I'm a surgeon! I like things to be particular. And they're like, what? What? What does that have to do with anything?
I do stuff like very particular. Like I do brain surgery.
Okay, let's take a left.
So it's very particular.
So does that mean you can be an asshole to people?
I don't deal with people. So it's like I deal with digging in people's brains and digging in. I'm sorry. That's what I do. You dig in, you go in deep 5, and that's it.
Brain surgeon.
I like how she almost tried to drop some kind of scientific terms like, well, brain surgery, you see, it's actually very complicated, and it's why I'm a little particular about things. I don't deal with people, I'm dealing with brains. You know, you have to go D5. D5. You know, knight to D5. You know, you saw it in Harry Potter when they're playing wizard's chess. Like, you guys wouldn't get it. I won't bore you with the jargon that you couldn't possibly understand with your tiny, feeble minds. Just know that because I'm a brain surgeon, it gives me the right to yell at people. And it gives me the right to call police departments 20 times a night reporting false crimes because, well, it's what I like to do as a brain surgeon.
You're lying, and you use me as a scapegoat under the bridge. You guys were harassing me under the bridge, and there was no cameras under there, and you guys were harassing me and me under the bridge.
She also left like a big bag of beer in front of someone's door, and
Let's just, what's up?
You guys me in the elevator.
Okay.
Yep.
We have body cameras.
And I have marks.
We have body cameras, and if you want
And so do I.
to file a false police report, we can go down that road.
You're lying.
Her next series of lies isn't nearly as humorous as her brain surgeon storyline, where, you know, she received a lobotomy, thus she thinks she's a brain surgeon now or whatever. This one, she starts to try and spin a false rape accusation about how they were raping her on the elevator and under a bridge.
And what they did to me, how they raped me.
Nobody's gonna. We're just having to exit the car.
Yep, and how they raped me.
Nelly, let's go.
Yep, how he raped me and how this guy raped me. And this guy raped me. What is your name? Stop! I'm talking too loud, you raped me! I'm talking too loud, you raped me!
Ashley.
You raped me! He raped me! He raped me! He did! This guy! This guy raped me!
She now embarks on the Screaming Gambit. This is a pretty advanced maneuver you don't see executed super often, never to any degree of success, where the person just then starts screeching and squealing. And it's what she does for the rest of the video. So she's still screaming that they raped her when there is body cam footage to prove that did not happen. That is a blatant lie. All she does is endlessly lie. It's craziness. And that is a awful thing to be lying about. And she's screaming it, and I think the idea was to try and like incite anger, to have like maybe people come in and like, I don't know, push over the officers to save her or something. I don't know what she's even trying to do with that accusation when there's clearly evidence that proves contrary. I think it's to try and like get out of the arrest. I don't really know, but it is unhinged lunacy.
Ashley, turn back around. Ashley, get back on the bench. Ashley, you need to sit on the bench right now.
When she eventually does get to the station, she lets out her best Joker laugh that she can muster. And to her credit, it's a pretty maniacal, cartoonishly evil laugh that she pulled off. It's pretty impressive.
Stand up.
Ow! Now you broke my arm!
Sit.
Now you broke my arm!
Ashley, you need to sit down.
You broke my arm! Ow!
You got your keys. Ashley, you need to sit up.
Lord have mercy on all the poor souls that were watching this with headphones on. They're no longer with us. So she's now claiming they broke her arm when they went over to try and get her to sit up. They didn't actually even lift her, by the way. The second they like touched her, then she started saying that they broke her arm. Another bogus baloney fib here. Liar, liar, plants for hire. Holy cannoli. And now she is absolutely wailing. She is sounding like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. She sounds like if Toucan Sam ate a ghost pepper.
No! No, you broke my arm! You broke my arm! You did! You broke my arm!
I did not break your
You
arm.
broke my arm! Ow! Why are you hurting me?
If you sit forward, I won't
Don't
touch you.
touch
Okay.
me!
Do you have an NCIC for swatting?
Oh God. Fucking swatting. You guys are so fucking stupid. Swatting. Ow!
Ashley, you need to sit up.
She goes on and on and on and on and on. It sounds like the screaming goat meme. So that's kind of where that concludes, but she did receive some charges for it, but really got let off super easy. She, I think, only spent like 6 months in jail for blatant swatting, and she should be counting her lucky stars that they didn't try and pursue some kind of false rape accusation charges as well. I don't know if that's something they even could do, but I'm surprised they didn't try. Like, this really could have been a lot worse for Ashley. Swatting is something that is extremely serious. So she got let off very easily. And man, what a fucking nuisance she is. Holy. That's really about it. So yeah. I'm absolutely terrified of flying. I haven't been on an airplane since 2016. I have a genuine phobia of flying. However, if I was guaranteed a show like you're about to see, blessed with a fucking public meltdown of this caliber every time I'd get on a plane, I would be the first one in line at the TSA to get fingers up my butthole so I could get a great spot on the plane and watch this shit happen. This is glorious. So you're about to see a frat boy lose his mind after going 2 beers deep. He just gets a little sloppy.
You guys fucking suck! My parents are worth fucking $2 million goddamn dollars. And you know what? You fucking suck!
Meet Maxwell. I think that name fits him perfectly. It's like straight out of South Park. If they had a douchey character that bragged about their parents' wealth, they just slap on the name Maxwell because it fits. He's just the quintessential failed son who only lives off mommy and daddy's money, just constantly suckling on their teats for the rest of his life, living in their shadow. If I was watching this video muted, I would assume he was bragging about his parents' wealth. The kind of guy that's like, hey, fight me, but if you do, my dad's gonna sue you. And he also works for Bungie, so he'll get banned on Xbox Live too, nerd.
Yeah! Yeah! You know what? My grandpa is worth more than your fucking life. My fucking attorney! Shut the fuck up!
To catch you up to speed on the lore here, Maxwell has ordered 2 drinks. He's gone where no man has gone before. He's 2 brewskis deep in here and he's feeling it. He's fucked up. Also, he apparently had a little bit of an accident. He spilt on his shirt and mommy forgot to put the bib on him, so he had to go to the bathroom to change, came out shirtless, and one of the flight attendants offered to help get a shirt from his carry-on. After Maxwell was helped get into his new dinosaur t-shirt, Maxwell said thank you in the only way he knows how, with sexual assault. He allegedly groped her chest, and not just the one flight attendant, but another one as well. So in Maxwell's fucking caveman brain, he thought honking titties was the optimal way of giving his thanks. So it sounds like Maxwell may be entering the no-fly list, but might have a future at Activision Blizzard.
Chill out! You're savage! Ladies and gentlemen. Shut up!
The conclusion to this video is one of the best I've ever seen, actually duct taped to the chair, like a mummy getting fucking mummified and thrown into a sarcophagus. Absolutely spectacular. I couldn't be happier with the way they handled this, to be honest. I don't know if this is by the book, like standard protocol, but if it isn't, it should be. How to handle a reckless, dangerous passenger, just tape them down. That sounds remarkable. So, this is where the video ends, but it's not where the story stops. Here's a bit of the story here, the cliff notes, as well as a beautiful mugshot of Maxwell in all of his glory, with one of the most punchable faces I've seen in quite some time. This isn't some small thing. It's not like he's only going to be banned from this particular airline, which was Frontier in this case. From what I was reading, assaulting flight staff can carry up to 20 years in jail, or like a $250,000 fine, which to Maxwell and his extremely wealthy family might be nothing but pennies in the bucket, you know. Maxwell's an extremely successful leech. I'm sure Daddy and the 5 cars he sold at his dealership can probably get him out of that fine, but 20 years in jail, well, that's nothing to scoff at. This just happened. This is some fresh, stinky news right now, so they're still investigating. All of the involved party members from the flight side of things are being interviewed, as well as getting everyone's statements. So, don't know exactly how this is going to all wrap up in this anime, though I do imagine none of it's going to be a good outcome for Maxwell. This just goes to show you, if you're one of those fucking douchebags who brags about his parents' wealth, you are destined for a life of utter failure. You will end up like Maxwell, 2 beers deep and ruining your life over nothing. I also don't have anything against Maxwell's parents, because if they truly are as wealthy as Maxwell thinks they are, where they could just like own all of Frontier Airlines, they're certainly not sharing any of that wealth with Maxwell. He's flying coach on the cheapest airline in the entire US. I'm pretty sure Frontier has the cheapest tickets available, and he's flying coach there. So if his family truly is that wealthy, they're not helping him out that much, and I respect that. I think that's great. So yeah, pretty wild story. I always love to see a douchebag get taped to a fucking chair in a plane, I guess. That's pretty incredible stuff. It's like that scene out of Casino Royale when James Bond starts getting his nutsack blasted on after he's taped to a chair. So it's great. Fucking wonderful. That's about it. See ya. Airplane freakouts are always extreme. They are just downright diabolical. There's something about air travel that can just bring the demon out of some people. And there's even a term for it called airplane psychosis, where sometimes someone will just have an acute psychic. They just start reading people's mind like Charles Xavier when they get on a plane. They will have an acute psychotic break where like the stress or anxiety of flying will have them just kind of have this switch flipped where they just kind of go berserk.
Stay there.
Don't touch her.
No.
Don't touch her.
No, this is where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her.
Shut the fuck up. Be Don't fucking touch me.
Miss,
Step back.
Let go.
There's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, we're tuning in a bit late into the season premiere. They apparently were arguing because this lady was like insulting her, and then it eventually had her like leaning over, and then she said this is where her asshole is, which is, I mean, that's playing a game of Where's Waldo with the old brown balloon knot. Who doesn't love that old pastime? A little weird to be doing that to a stranger on a plane, though. It seemed like she was trying to film something with her phone when she said that, and then the lady that she was insulting like hit her phone away, which then led to her grabbing her hair and just yanking on it.
Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, miss. Let go of her hair.
I'm not. Andre, I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
Andre, we need the police right now.
You need to let go right now.
We need those 911.
So I'm a little torn on if this is actual airplane psychosis or if she's on something here, because she's not even in the same dimension. She's now saying she's not even touching her hair, even though she has a fistful of those fucking follicles right now. She is yanking on that hair like she's trying to climb rope with it like Rapunzel. Yet she's saying she's not. Maybe she is lucid and just, I don't know, just spitting a bunch of barnacles out there. But as this progresses, you're going to see that she is just in wacko mode right now, going full-blown, uncaged, unhinged, insano style.
You need to let go.
911 back.
You need to let go right now.
Miss, let go of her hair right now.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to sit next to a fucking fat lady.
Let go.
You need to let go of her hair right now. Let go of her hair.
You guys are already past the point of no return. You're already past the point of no return.
Let go of her hair, miss.
Y'all see me. You know what's going on.
Now, it's hard to figure out exactly what started all of this. You kind of have to piece together the little breadcrumbs of lore like it's the Dark Souls narrative. But we have alternate angles here to try and piece together the mystery of what started all of this. And judging from this other angle, it seems like nothing started this. She is actually off her gourd, and the lady that she just keeps calling fat over and over again didn't do anything at all to provoke this. She just happened to be nearby in this woman's aggro range and was the recipient of her wrath.
This is worth $250 to you? Look at this. Look at this. $250? I'm sorry. There's like, I'm like not touching this girl's ass. I'm sorry, I don't care. Are you okay?
We need to get the police down here right away. She just struck off agent.
So the no flight list is about to add another person. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Anyone can see this. Fuck you.
This was the prologue here before she grabbed the woman's hair. She's just yapping about $250 about something. It's incomprehensible gobbledygook. But anyway, let's go back to people trying to like restrain her and stop her from yanking on this woman's hair.
This is retarded. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground. Alright. Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass bitch. She can't even, look, you can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat ass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is the one?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude who's never gonna lay it again.
She actually looks possessed. She looks like the horror movie poster to a film about an exorcism. She looks like she's trying to do an Amy Lee cosplay from Evanescence, but she got too hard into Fint on the way. She is leaning over, insulting these two people who have done nothing wrong from what I can tell from the two videos here that showcase this event and everything kind of leading up to it. She's just over here insulting them while getting restrained, and spoiler alert, she's about to make it physical. She doesn't just stop at just insulting them and all that. She then starts, like, actually attacking the woman.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up. My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy.
I really thought she was about to put on a Burger King crown. I thought the old Burger King plain guy was about to find his Burger Queen here.
You're joking.
Oh my god.
We're not doing all that. We're not doing Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I am in awe at the restraint of that woman who's getting spit on to not, like, pop that lady in the nose. Not to just lay down the meanest fucking haymaker on that woman. That's assault. It is textbook assault. She is hawking loogies on this woman, spitting like an alpaca here. I cannot believe that she had the restraint to not hit her. I really don't know how she was able to do that. She must be some kind of saint or something, like the Zen master, able to, like, fight that urge to just blast her in the fucking face. That was an actual Vinland Saga Season 2 moment. I have no enemies. I actually cannot believe it. And it only gets worse, though. Like, she doesn't stop at just spitting. As I said, she gets, like, really physical.
Ugly ass bitch, you're so fucking ugly. You guys, you never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's dick is like 2 inches big. That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend. That's horrible. That's horrible. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So she blue screens there for a moment, claiming she can't breathe and, like, pretends to faint so that way she can get to the ground, which frees her from everyone's grasp. But don't be fooled, it's all just a ruse. What she's doing is she's entering low power mode so she can charge her ult more effectively. You're about to see it unleashed.
Okay. Let me go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up, I can't breathe. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Nobody's fucking touching me, fuck you. You're not letting me go, motherfucker. You're corny as fuck. Get out. Nobody's letting me go.
I can get out.
Yeah, you shouldn't get out. You're fucking fat as shit. You're disgusting fat as.
She wormed her way up a little bit so she could get a better angle to start kicking that woman that she's been insulting this whole time. And she throws, like, a flurry of kicks. She, like, unleashes some, like, capoeira maneuvers from down there. Also, I just have to mention, whoever is filming this, what an extraordinary job. They followed the action from start to finish and kept the villain in the center of it the entire time. There was, like, not a single moment that they didn't have, like, the perfect angle to capture this, and there was no shaky cam. I don't know if they were using a gimbal, like they had a fucking Ronin with them to film this, but it was unbelievable work. It was so smooth. You don't see movies with camera work this smooth sometimes, so really impressive job from whoever filmed this.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fat pig! Fuck you! You're so beautiful! You're stunning! Shut the fuck up! Can anybody do something, please? Get the fuck up!
Hold on, grab her leg.
No!
I need to
Yeah, okay, they need to call
this way.
Okay, I'm sorry. My boyfriend is black. You need to shut the fuck up. No, you don't need to.
Down right now?
No, my boyfriend's black. You need to shut the fuck up and respect him.
The woman who was getting kicked finally finds a way of getting out of there and, like, escaping, like, evacuating this area with the fucking menace on the loose here. And I don't know what happened at the end there, but she just keeps repeating that her boyfriend is black, and then it sounds like she's starting to cry. And then immediately she snaps back into fucking demon time after repeating that for like the 4th time, and then starts just kicking and screaming again.
Alright, I can do that. No, you need to fucking chill the fuck out. Fuck you! Fuck you! Leave me the fuck alone!
The way she snaps back and forth from like being on the verge of tears to then going right back into kicking everyone and screaming, it feels like a psychotic episode here. I think it's probably airplane psychosis, maybe coupled with like alcohol, like maybe she's fucking sloshed, I don't know, but this seems like a case of airplane psychosis, which is a very real thing and a very confusing phenomenon. Now, the video ends shortly after here with her still doing that while handcuffed on the floor, but alternate angle, someone captured footage of how they got her off the plane, and it's like something out of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, wow.
They got her strapped down to the bed and escorted by like 6 officers there going through the airport. Fucking brutal, man. Like this freakout was unreal. Probably earned her a spot on the no-fly list, I would imagine. I don't think Southwest is going to be all that excited to have her fly on their aircrafts going forward. But, wow. I would comfortably say this is one of the craziest airplane freakouts I've ever seen. At least in the top 3, I would imagine. I feel really bad for that lady and I believe her boyfriend. She kept saying it was her boyfriend, but I have no idea if that's true or not. It could have just been 2 people sitting there. I feel really bad for both of them to be on the receiving end of so much vitriol for absolutely fucking nothing from someone just going nuts. Anyway, wishing them well. That's really about it. So yeah. I've made quite a lot of content covering fast food freakouts where entitled, stupid customers have an absolute meltdown and go on a rampage over trivial problems with their order. And they range from like goofy and silly to downright sad and tragic. Like the time a guy shot 2 Subway workers, killing one of them because they put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. This evil, smooth-brain idiot actually took someone's life because they went a little heavy on a condiment. Jesus Christ. Mayonnaise may not be an instrument, but it was a death sentence for this worker, unfortunately. It's beyond tragic, and what's even sadder is just how common these kind of responses are in the fast food industry. That is far from the only case of someone losing their life to something super stupid like too much mayonnaise. And I know I've talked about that story in particular before and many others like it, and today I want to talk about another situation that happened a couple days ago, and this one has a whole video for it. And this video is shocking. Like, this is more shocking than the Into a Darman film. It had my eyes wider than the first time I gazed upon a bare breast. It has so much going on over something so little. So I'll quickly give you the lore here, the motivation behind what you're about to see, so you can watch this video in a pure state of bewilderment over the reaction to something so insignificant. A customer goes into a restaurant late a couple nights ago and he orders chicken and waffles as well as fish and coleslaw. He is served and even appreciates the food, he eats it, and then leaves. He comes back 45 minutes later and says he actually wanted chicken wings instead of chicken tenders, and demands that they whip him up a fresh batch of chicken wings in order to satiate his gluttony. Well, the store's 5 minutes to closing, and they say that's not really, on the table here. That's not really in the cards. We're about to close, so we can't do that. The person in charge of the restaurant even offers a refund, which is beyond generous. This guy's a fucking saint. To even be offering a refund, even though he ate what he ordered and then came back to make a big hullabaloo over nothing. So he offers the refund, and then just asks for the card that was used to pay for it, so that way he could, give the money back. However, he noticed that there was a bag with chicken wings in it, but it was another customer's order. whom was going to be served those chicken wings. And this fucking sets him off and leads to everything you're about to see in this video. I know the story I just told you is riveting. It's like a fucking Dr. Seuss book. And it actually happened. That is the motivation from everything I've read on the story behind this huge blow up here. Obviously, we're coming into the action after the first quarter here, so they're already in a bit of a scuffle. So we get to see him like lunging over the counter multiple times, grabbing like the payment processing unit, like fucking ripping it off, and then when he's unsuccessful there and falls off the counter, he runs to the door and rips it off the hinges. This man came in here with stupid strength, so he takes the door, rips it off the hinges almost effortlessly, as if he was like ripping a piece of paper. I imagine it had to just be all of the adrenaline because he's not that big of a guy, so he probably tore like half of his muscles in his arms just pulling that off so easily. Or maybe this is just how he powers up, like Popeye with his spinach. This guy, when he doesn't get his chicken wings, he goes into like fucking Superman mode. He becomes like some kind of invincible fucking Hulk.
Hey,
Shit got real. Now the restaurant worker is fighting back. He brings out like some kind of police baton, almost. I don't exactly know what it is, but he's got the stick out now, and he's ready to get a little crazy with it. So he chases him out there and starts like whacking him with it like he's swatting a fly. The goofball customer also tries to use that door he ripped off as some kind of weapon, so he tries to like almost swing it like a baseball bat there for a second before realizing it was way too heavy for that, and also the guy hits him with the stick. And then they go to the ground, so we get into the ground and pound phase of the boss fight.
Oh, my style. He didn't know. Oh, he did not do that. Oh. Oh. The
restaurant worker won on the ground game, I believe, and then even gets to claim his prize of the douchebag's phone, so he takes it and smashes it. Much to the dismay of the camera guy, he seemed like personally offended that this fucking asshole's phone got smashed. The way he acts makes it sound like he's stunned that such a dishonorable move was pulled during such an honorable fight. He's like, oh my goodness, now you've crossed the line. Everything up until this point was all good manners and by the book, textbook Knight's Honor Code, and then you go and smash his phone. A despicable display of sportsmanship. Like, what the fuck? The dude deserved to have his phone smashed, bare minimum, at the very least. Like, that was absolutely par for the course. And that's not where this stops. There's no audio here, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what you're looking at. It is the fucking guy crashing his company tow truck into the building and then scooting away. So he zooms on out of there, peels out. Now, of course, I'm no expert here, but using the company car to commit a crime is probably a pretty fucking dumb idea. Not that he was making good decisions before then either, but that has to be one of the most identifiable things you could possibly be driving in order for people to track you down. The fucking company tow truck, of all things. And he blasts it into the side of the building here, and then gets out. He gets the fuck out. What's crazy, though, is that he still hasn't been found. Despite the company tow truck being identified, the actual person, has still, as of right now of me recording this, hasn't been arrested for it or anything. How is that possible? There's a lot of damage to the tow truck itself, and I don't think he owns the business, because if he did, I doubt he'd be using his fucking tow truck as a goddamn missile. Like, whoever owns that business should have probably noticed by now that, wow, this tow truck's pretty fucked up. Well, what happened to it? And then, dots start getting connected, like, holy shit, my employee is that absolute menace that was just on the news for crashing a tow truck into the side of a restaurant. Well, not even the side, into the front door of a restaurant. Like, I don't know how we're at this stage where this guy is still getting away with it 2 days later.
The customer ripped the door off its hinges,
grabbing the door, trying to come inside the store with the door.
They tussled outside the restaurant before the angry customer ran, but it wasn't over yet.
He jumped in his tow truck, then he slashed the whole building with his truck.
We're living in a day and age where we can get multiple angles of pretty much anything that happens out in the world, so we get a deeper look at what happens outside of the store here, as well as seeing the entire situation with the tow truck going right into the building. We've got, you know, the Instagram angle from just boots on the ground guy who's there in person filming it on his phone, and then we have the security camera footage in order to give us the other side here, so we can catch every little detail, which is fantastic, very cinematic. And I think the coverage here is very important because it does point out exactly what I just said about the company tow truck, but it sheds more light on exactly how he's evading authorities right now, and it's very surprising.
It appears there was a passenger in the truck at the time, and despite the heavy damage to the front end, the angry customer drove away. Now, the truck had a logo on it, a solid lead, right?
The towing truck companies, sometimes they lent their trucks to each other.
So, he says police told him that doesn't identify the driver.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the driver's name on the side of the truck or anything. It's not like he had a flag that he was flying that said, "Here's who I am," or anything. But if you do a little, like, investigating, I feel like it should be easy, right? There'd be a paper trail of lending a fucking tow truck to another tow truck company or another person, right? There would absolutely be some kind of documentation on where this tow truck went if it was lent out. At least I would assume. Again, I'm not a fucking expert, but I can't imagine it's that difficult. That is one of the most fucking identifiable things he could have been driving. Like, it really can't be that hard to figure out where this tow truck came from, who lent it, and who did it get lent to. It should be a pretty easy trail to follow, I would guess. But maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about it too naively. That's very possible as well. But this is just such a fucking wild situation all over chicken wings. Well, and it's not like he didn't get served food either. Like, it's not even that he's hangry, right? It's not even like it's not you when you're hungry type situation. The dude ate a full meal. Chicken tenders, waffles, fish, and coleslaw, but then wanted wings instead. So he already had a full tummy. His belly was stuffed, but he just wanted some more, and they were like, "Hey man, it's about to close. How about no?" And that's what set all this shit off. Fucking wildness. And what's even wilder is not too long ago we had another situation where a woman crashed her car into a Popeyes because they were missing the biscuits from her order. So she threw her life away over some missing biscuits. There's no video footage of this one that exists. However, in my head, I picture it like Gears of War 3 when Dom crashes his vehicle into like the explosive shit that destroys some of the locusts. Like, she just leans her head back, like as she's about to crash into the restaurant, and she just thinks to herself, "This is worth it. The biscuits are worth it." As it all just fucking explodes in front of her here at the fucking Popeyes where she's crashing her car into because of the biscuits being absent. Point is, fast food work is dangerous. All types of unhinged lunatics enter these establishments and go berserk. And this is just another case of that happening, and this one just happened to have video footage around it, so I wanted to talk about it a bit. That's really about it. I'm wishing the best for the restaurant workers as well as just the entire establishment. Hopefully it can get back to 100% soon, and whoever was responsible for it gets held accountable. That's about it. See ya. I saw a very interesting video today that ties into a topic that I've discussed on streams passionately for years now. Tipping. I know, all at once, a bunch of people just went from the relaxed position to the locked-in stance in their chairs because tipping is a hot-button topic. So what happened is some guys went to a restaurant, got some food, paid for it, and left, but the restaurant owner noticed they didn't leave a tip. So he starts following them around on the street like the adoring fan from Oblivion. He is literally just on their tail like it's a fucking trailing mission out of a video game. And he's like insulting them, even like threatening them, all about not leaving that tip.
Hey bro, what do you want, bro? What do you want? I paid for my food. I paid for my food. What are you talking? Why you following me down the fucking street? Nigga, you need to get the fuck back. You need to get back. Why are you following me? Why are you following me? What do you think? Why are you following me? What are you gonna do? Call 911. Call 911. If you need to settle something, you know who to call.
The guy filming is right. He didn't break any laws. He paid for his meal, and it's not a legal obligation to tip. So the owner on his ass here like a hemorrhoid, like it's, you know, the horror movie It Follows about him not tipping, is wrong here. Because, again, he didn't do anything wrong. So the guy filming is like, well, call the police then if you think there's been some, you know, foul play, you know, some dirty barnacles from us. You can call the police about it. Obviously, the owner's not going to do that because there's not actually a case there.
Bro, I'm not trying to fuck with you. You piece of shit. Bro, I'm not trying
goddamn fucking yelling at me.
I'm not trying to fuck with you, bro.
You shut your goddamn fucking mouth, man.
Why are you following me down the street?
You piece of shit, little piece
Bro,
of shit, man.
I paid for my food.
I'll smack the shit out of you, punk ass, man.
I pay for my food, bro.
Piece of shit.
I pay for my food.
How the fuck do you think they make money?
I pay for my food.
How am I fucking staff supposed to make fucking money, huh?
So raise your price, huh?
Now, I'm cutting around this a little bit because, as I said, this goes on for a long time. It feels like he follows them for miles. It felt like in Game of Thrones when they were marching for like a whole season. It felt like we got all of that throughout the course of this video. And it also was getting very heated. It started sounding like a Xbox Live lobby after a Call of Duty round ended. It was getting pretty big and a lot of yelling. But when the owner said that, how is my staff supposed to make money? Brother, it felt like I got teabagged. I was stunned. I was seeing stars. You are the owner. What do you mean, how is your staff supposed to make money? Pay them a livable wage. Like, it's not the most difficult to grasp concept. You don't need to be astronaut Katy Perry to understand this rocket science here. Tipping is a way for businesses to save money on their employee salaries by paying them sub-minimum wage. It's a way for business owners to financially treat the faces of their employees like a fucking fleshlight by paying them less than what they are supposed to, because tipping is supposed to make up for the difference, at least in the majority of states. There are some states that I'm aware of where restaurant workers can get tips, but they are still paid the normal minimum wage. But in most of the states in America, you get sub-minimum wage when you are working in a service industry position that has tipping as part of it. Tipping is just so ingrained in the culture of America right now, and it has just become pervasive in every industry. I'm sure a lot of you watching this have seen, like, self-checkout kiosks that now have tips that pop up occasionally. There is tipping in every single thing, and it's been a big talking point for a few years because now you are getting asked to tip on purely automated services. Like, who the fuck are you even tipping? Skynet? Like, it doesn't make sense. It is just outrageous. But when it comes to restaurants, the workers rely on tips because they're not getting paid a livable wage in the majority of states, and thus the onus is on the customer now to try and make up that difference so that restaurant worker can fucking survive. And it sucks. That shit is awful. Now, in my case, I do maximum tip on everything in the service industry because I'm in a position to do so, and I know that they need that money, so I'd like to try and help out best I can. And Lord help us, I'm ashamed to admit it, I've even tipped at a self-serve froyo place once, where literally didn't interact with a single employee or anything, just made my own froyo, and I still tipped at the goddamn checkout. But point is, not everyone can do that, and not everyone should be required or expected to do that. It should always be the responsibility of the business to ensure the employees are making a livable wage, and tips should be something that is entirely optional as a way of rewarding exceptional service. And I know people have talked about that a lot, where they want to give extra to someone that really went above and beyond from them and they had a great experience with, so they want to tip that person to show their appreciation. That's great, but they should also just be making a livable wage, and that tip should go on top. I think that's how it should work in an ideal situation there.
Why are you following me down the street?
Chill the fuck out, bro. Why you
Chill out,
bro? Fucking make
chill
money,
out, chill out.
Why'd you following this man?
Chill out, bro. You need to calm down, bro.
You
Why
fucking
you
raise
following
your
me down
goddamn
the
voice
street,
at me, huh?
Bro, you need to get back. You trying to back me into a corner. You trying to back me into a corner, bro.
What is wrong with you, bro?
What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? And now you mad because I won't tip you and you follow me down the street?
How am I supposed to fucking make money?
Okay, so raise your prices, dude. That's not my problem. I know you mad. I know, so don't serve me, bro.
It's crazy to be doing this while wearing his restaurant on his chest. So what happened after this video blew up is a lot of people went to the restaurant and left a lot of really bad reviews on it, which I think they've been deleted now. I don't know if it's by him or if there's like a system in place for it. Couldn't tell you. But it was a really bad look for his restaurant here. He also just recently did an interview with CBS. I'll show you that in a moment. But I want to dive into the spaghetti and meatballs of something that the guy filming mentioned briefly. Raise your prices then. He's right. If the business owner can't afford to pay his employees a livable wage, he would naturally need to raise prices so he'd have more money to be able to pay his employees. But on the flip side of that coin, by raising his prices, he would have less customers because they would choose a place that is cheaper. Now, there's actually a little experiment conducted by someone named Michael Lynn, and it's been referenced by a lot of people when they talk about tipping culture, where he put two hypothetical restaurants against each other. Restaurant 1 had prices of like $15 for a cheeseburger, but a 15 to 20% gratuity to be expected at the end, versus Restaurant 2, where there is no tipping at all, but the cheeseburger is $17.25. Now, if you've got your thinking caps on, if you've passed, second grade arithmetic, you'll know these are the same price. But, overwhelmingly, the people in the study thought that Restaurant 1 was cheaper. Thus, people are going to gravitate towards that. Even though they're the same price after tip, people are going to choose the one that looks lower and cheaper to them. You have to remember, a lot of people are just fucking stupid. Does anyone recall when the third of a pound burger was introduced a long time ago? I've talked about this too. Back in the day, the quarter pounder crushing it. And A&W wanted to start trying to, encroach on that territory, so they introduced a third of a pound burger. But it flopped. It completely failed. This shit fumbled like Concorde. It was a culinary Concorde level disaster for them because people thought they were paying the same price for less burger. They didn't realize that a third of a pound is more than a quarter pound. So in the case of a restaurant that wants to pay their workers a livable wage and take tipping out of the equation and instead put that price into the menu itself, which is what a lot of people say they should do, well, their restaurant might not survive very long because people don't actually think very hard about things. So even in this hypothetical example, you're paying the same price, but the perception is it's cheaper to go with the place that just has tipping as an option. Now that brings us to the unicorn that people are looking so desperately to have, where all of the tipping is gone, eradicated, but all of the prices have stayed exactly the same. That's just not a realistic possibility for like 99% of these restaurants. Like, when they take away the tipping, they are then going to need to pay a lot more for those employees. Thus, they're going to need to somehow get more money. It's going to be by folding that difference into the menu items. Thus, it's going to look like you're paying more, even in cases where you might not be. So, it's very tough for a lot of these restaurants to just immediately jump on board with that, which is why we're in this fucking stalemate where tipping culture is just completely out of control, and why so many service industry workers are getting fucked because of just how rampant this issue is, and more people are choosing not to tip because they want to fight back against this. And in a lot of cases, they don't realize that they're not actually fighting back against tipping culture itself. They're just hurting the employees that are relying on it. And I think a lot of it doesn't, I don't think it comes down to malice. I don't think they're doing that to just be like, fuck you to the service industry workers. I really think that they believe by not tipping, the restaurant is going to change its policy. But it's probably not, unfortunately. Most of these fucking restaurants will sooner pay their workers in knuckle sandwiches than they will in raising their salary. And there's a lot more nuance to it. Like, I'm just giving you like bare bones, surface level shit here. Like, I haven't even begun to talk about the establishments that pay out a portion of their tips across all of the employees. Like, it gets so messy, and there are so many underhanded tactics to exploit these workers. It's a fucking issue. Anyway, though, back to the video that started this whole rant. I want to show you from the owner's perspective on the CBS interview.
Telling us he followed a regular into the street, intending to tell him never to come back after leaving without tipping again. Have you watched the video?
Yes.
And when you watched it, what did you see there?
Ashamed. I was just ashamed, bring shame to my wife as a husband, as an owner, at the same time, to my mom and dad.
So according to the owner here, this was a customer that's a regular at the establishment, and he had finally had enough, so after he didn't tip again, he followed him outside, intending to just say, don't come back, kind of like shake his fist at him, and stay out, and that kind of thing. But it obviously spiraled more out of control than that and blew up in a much bigger way, which ignited a huge debate online about tipping, because tipping is a very controversial topic. People feel very strongly, especially people that have been in the industry before. And while there definitely are cases where people don't tip just to be an asshole, I really do think there is a lot of confusion around how tipping even like works, that people think by not doing it, they're going to help be like a catalyst for change at that business, where they'll realize that the tips aren't coming in, so it's losing the business money, thus they're going to change their policy to actually pay their workers a livable wage, and then they won't be, you know, forced to rely on strangers to cover their expenses. But that's, again, just not going to happen in the majority of cases, because it doesn't hurt the actual business owner. What's supposed to happen is if they don't reach minimum wage, like if they don't get enough tips to reach that, the business is supposed to cover it. That rarely happens. There are so many workarounds that these businesses pull, so many like backdoor hand job reacharoos that they are able to squeak out of not actually covering that. So it doesn't ever hurt the business itself. It only hurts the worker. And I really think there's a large number of people that don't understand that, but even understanding that, there are people that just can't afford to pay an extra 20% on top of what they've already just paid. And I see a lot of people regurgitating this take that's becoming very common. If you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to eat out. Okay, fair enough in something like Uber Eats or like fine dining or something. Okay, you can make that argument, I suppose. But it doesn't work for everything, because there is no cheap ways of eating anymore, really. Even something like fast food is not that cheap. A McDonald's meal, it's not $1 anymore, sports fans. It's a handful of clams. And grocery shopping is pretty fucking pricey too. It's expensive. Like, it is hard to pay an extra 15 to 20% consistently on top of things that you're already paying for when you're eating. Like, I just don't fully agree with that take.
Bro, you about to blow up on social media, bro.
When asked why he didn't tip, the customer told people online, "Oh, I just didn't want to." Cho tells us the customer's brother has since come in, describing their conversation as productive.
I apologized to him and to his family, and I was asking if he can pass this message along to his little brother.
Adding he sent the brother home with the customer's favorite order, a handwritten apology and an offer.
My door's open for you, man. You know, come on by anytime.
Now, while I do think that response of, "oh, I just didn't want to," is pretty douchey, again, he doesn't have to. And I really do think it shouldn't be expected that every single person does tip, because that's just the reality of it. It is 100% an issue that needs to be addressed on like the actual business front. And it's why there's so many people that study tipping itself and are trying to brainstorm how to improve it and get rid of it to certain extents, because it is a terrible fucking system that nobody else in the world really uses, and in a lot of other cultures is actually viewed as insulting. So like, it is something that does need changing 100%. Now, in the case of this business owner here, he really seems remorseful. Like, he really does seem like he's trying to make amends. It does seem like maybe he was just having like a really fucking bad day, and not getting that tip meant that one of his workers wasn't going to receive like the full pay they should have, so he snapped and did this, and he seems embarrassed by it. So I'm of the belief that he does regret it, and that this is going to be an experience that he won't be repeating or anything like that. But that statement he made during the argument, "How is my staff supposed to make a living without tips?" Paraphrasing a bit, but that was the essence. It speaks volumes to just how poisonous tipping has become, where the business owner himself cannot even grapple with the idea of paying his employees a livable wage, because it's such an accepted and expected business practice of paying them sub-minimum wage, literal tiddlywinks of dollars, because it's the customer's responsibility to take care of the rest. That's just crazy to me. It blows my mind. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah. I'm not a big ride on planes kind of guy, but I have become a big watch people freak out on planes kind of guy. Bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. And in some cases, it's called plane psychosis. I only just recently learned that term. That's new nomenclature to me, but I'm going to pretend to be the preeminent authority on it for a moment. Apparently, sometimes the act of just being aboard a flight can trigger acute psychotic breaks in people, which is why you've seen some of those videos pop up where a passenger just randomly goes ballistic or even tries to do something unhinged, like that one guy who tried opening the door mid-flight, like trying to force his way out like it was a Mission Impossible movie or something. That has a name. and it's plain psychosis, but the video I want to show you today is the angriest passenger I've ever seen that I also don't believe is suffering from plain psychosis. He's just an asshole.
He just fucking ass! He just ass! Who you keep fucking staring at, you little fucking knobhead? Who you saying shush to? Do you want me to fucking smack your fucking head? You fucking little knobhead!
You just watched a grown-ass man do a double foot stomp. Twice. With the two-piece true combo of throwing his arms to his side. That is a move used by toddlers during a temper tantrum when you tell them they can't have any more chocolate chip cookies and it's bedtime. So they freak out and go, "No, it's not fair!" He actually just hit that shit in front of God and everyone that wanted to get aboard this plane, with no shame. He then has the gall to get mad at one of the other passengers who just happens to be watching this. Like, what are they supposed to do? Turn around and just look at the wall like it's Blair Witch? Of course they're going to be watching this man-child freak out. Like, there's nowhere else for them to be looking, yet he's getting mad at someone for staring. This isn't like your quintessential tough guy. This guy is built like your bald PE teacher from middle school, and acting like an actual middle schooler as well. And now he's trying to get all up in the face of just some other person that wants to get aboard this flight that is being prevented because of this guy's meltdown. It's crazy. He gets up in his face, he starts like pushing on him and shit. He calls him a knob end, I think. Either that or a knobbit. Maybe was the word he was going for, like a knob plus hobbit. I don't really know. It's hard to really understand him through all of his fucking frothing at the mouth here.
That's why, if you stay here for a few minutes, sir. A few minutes? You look full of it. I'll fucking pay for it. Okay. And you're standing there fucking staring at me like you're going to do something. What the fuck are you going to do? Excuse me, dude. Do something. Me, yeah, what's going to do it there? Mate, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. What's he going to do it, mate? You fucking bastard. You fucking knobhead's going to hit me, is he? The fucking little faggot, mate.
I don't know the lore. I have no idea why he's making such a commotion, this huge fuss and blowing a gasket. He seemed like he was trying to tell one of the employees like he paid for it, so he wants to get on the plane right away. But I think the reason they're preventing him is probably because of this behavior here. I'm assuming leading up to the plane itself, he was probably doing something disruptive. So they're trying to, like, you know, calm him down, give him some warm milk, you know, to suckle or something. And it wasn't working, so he only continues to get more and more angry, and then he escalates it, getting in the face of one of the other employees, and then like hits him with his phone, which then aggroed another employee and prompted them to swing. So he throws out like a open-handed monk strike, like a palm strike to this guy. I can't really call it a slap because he came in over the top. Kind of looks like how Conquest swatted Oliver out of the sky in Invincible. Our rowdy tough guy then makes it clear he doesn't really want to tussle due to his lack of muscle here, so he's not really looking to try and like retaliate. He breathed a huge sigh of relief when they separated them and told the other guy who just hit him to leave. And then he's, you know, chirps on the way out. He tries to like throw insults at him on the way out, but he looked like a real bitch here. So it's just chaos. He's causing a huge hoopla. He's blowing a gasket, and it only continues to spiral more and more out of control.
He's going to hit me? Is that what he's going to do, hit me? For paying all that money to get on a flight, he's going to hit me? Is that what you're going to do to me? For getting on a flight, you're going to fucking hit me? No, we're not. Is that what you're going to do? No one's hitting you. No one's hitting you. Well, he just fucking has! He just fucking has! Sir. He just has!
So now we followed the breadcrumbs to what led him to that explosion of the double foot stomp, iconic cinema moment. And I'm still really confused because he keeps saying, is that what you're going to do? You're going to hit me to get me on the flight? So it makes me wonder if he doesn't want to get on the flight and he's making a big stink about it. But if that was the case, he could just not get on the flight. He could just leave. I don't know, maybe he's like super intoxicated. Maybe he's on some drugs. That's very possible.
You can stop fucking staring at me as well, you little fucking knobhead. Keep fucking staring at me like that, you fucking little prick, mate. Who you keep fucking staring at, you little fucking knobhead? Who you saying shush to? Do you want me to fucking smack your fucking head? You fucking little knobhead.
Don't need to fight people.
Who's he fucking staring at, you little fucking prick? Think I'm some fucking muppet, you fucking little prick.
Pretty certain I heard him call the other guy a muppet. That's a classic line. This guy is legitimately the stereotype a lot of people make fun of. I can't believe that he just exists out here in the wild like this. Completely unashamed, unapologetic. just freaking out on everyone. And the question begs to be asked, where the fuck is the police? Like, where is security here? He goes on this rampage for what feels like a long time, and they've got no answers to him. The dog is off the leash. Now he's picking a fight with just other people in line. Probably gonna go take a lollipop out of a child's hand, throw it on the floor, and then slap him in the face. Like, this guy's just, he's a loose cannon, and there's no one here to put the kibosh on it, so he continues to just keep going and going. And I looked up to try and find if there's any information, like articles about this, and I haven't found anything yet. So I'm not exactly sure the whole scoop here or the aftermath, but I know he thought he was in the right. He thought he had like a perfectly reasonable and justifiable reaction to, I guess, maybe not being allowed on the plane right away. Or it doesn't even seem like he wasn't allowed on the plane. It sounds like maybe he just didn't like that he had to wait to get on the plane, because everyone else is also still waiting. So I'm imagining maybe there was just like a bit of a holdup, so he just was told like, hey, pump the brakes on that, hold your horses, we'll get you on this flight in a moment. He's just like, what you say, you fucking knob? Like, immediately off rip. That's what it seems like to me. Though I could be wrong. Maybe someone came up behind him and got him with the 10,000 years of death, and it really set him off. That's unlikely, but who knows? I guess I don't know the entire context behind this blow up.
Come on, then. Come on, I'll fucking smack your fucking head in, you little dickhead. Come on, then. Come on, then. Nobody wants to fight. Yeah, you little fucking knobhead, mate. Get your fucking Nobody wants to fight. Get your fucking head down, you little fucking knobhead. Shut the fuck up!
We now meet our Marvel superhero in the Pulp Fiction t-shirt. He comes forward with the finger of authority, and he's had enough of this horse hockey. He says, calm down. He tells him, stop it. Gets him with like a Jedi mind trick. You don't want to sell death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. But he's too mentally sound. His fortitude is too strong. It doesn't work, so then he just yells even louder, and then the video stops. And I haven't been able to find part 2. I don't think there is a part 2. I think it's because the lady that was filming kind of got like bumped and shoved when the guy went in there to like, I don't know, bump chests with whoever he thought was staring at him, gave him a look he wasn't too pleased with. So it seems like she stopped filming there, probably because she was worried it was about to escalate into like a really big fight, so she wanted to make sure she was like out of the splash zone. At least that's my guess. I haven't seen a follow-up to this. I haven't found any articles about it. I can only imagine that authorities finally showed up and got him out of there. I would think, I have to imagine police exist in this airport here, and this would be something that wouldn't be tolerated. I don't think he got onto the flight. I can't imagine they're like, okay, sir, you've made a very convincing argument. We're sorry for the headache we've caused. Hop aboard. Get in here. Let's have a good fucking flight. Let's have a good time. How about a free drink? First class. We're upping your ticket here. Like, I can't see that being the case. So, I guess in my own little fan fiction headcanon, he gets taken away in cuffs, thrown in the slammer for being an insufferable douchebag and fighting a bunch of people, or at least trying to fight people. He did assault 2 people, though, like on camera, clearly. Anyway, just want to talk about this very angry passenger. He was not having a fun time, nor was anyone around him. That's about it. See ya. Last night on stream, someone recommended watching a video called "The Guy Freaks Out in Apartment Lobby," which is a super vague title. That's like going on Pornhub and typing in boobies and trying to find one particular video you have in mind. But to my surprise, I actually did find the video they were talking about. It's a fucking wild adventure, but I couldn't finish it on stream because at one point he starts showing his asshole and ass cheeks. Not really the asshole, you'd have to really slow down the footage in order to get a look at the brown balloon knot, but he does bring out his ass cheeks, and since he wasn't in a hot tub, Twitch isn't okay with ass on their platform, so I had to back out of the video and didn't get to finish it, which is an absolute shame. It's like starting Breaking Bad without finishing it, just truly a sin, and you're incomplete until it's done. So today I wanted to go back and watch it, and I'd like to finish the rest of it with you here on YouTube, but obviously I won't be showing the guy's ass cheeks or anything like that. If you missed the stream last night, you really fucked up. The streams I do every day at twitch.tv/moistcritical are the best on the internet, so please feel free to stop in, put some extra inches on your penis. Would love to see you there.
Don't come in! Don't come in! Leave! Leave! Leave!
Why? He's just trying to hang out and party. I'm missing crucial lore.
Yeah, the guy's not letting him in.
I'm gonna call the cops again. To ask him to leave my office. Like, you
Shut your mouth.
Oh my god,
It's for the police.
he's speaking Slytherin!
We need somebody to come to the train.
In case he assaults you.
Jesus, oh god! He's casting a curse!
No, like we need somebody now. It's an emergency. 911 is supposed to come for an emergency.
What the fuck is... Ah! Ah! What the fuck is going on? God, it's like playing charades with like a really aggressively competitive relative.
He's a white gentleman with those glasses.
What is it called in Harry Potter? Parseltongue?
He's destroying our...
It reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin walking around the ring. Oh my god, he's gonna do it!
I'm sorry.
Do it!
I'm so sorry.
Do it! Yes! Yes! Woo! And then slam 2 beers together.
Videotape this, please.
Holy shit, he's going in!
His clothes off. Oh
What is happening?
Performing some type of ritual.
It does look like a ritual. Oh, wait a minute, that's going too far. That's going too far. That was real Sigma male energy. But I want to finish it. Hold on, give me a second.
What are you doing?
You wouldn't understand. If I don't see dick, I'll put it back on screen.
What is this?
I have no idea, but I am really drawn into the universe here. He never brings his dick out. I should be good. I've kind of spoiled a little bit of the anime for myself, but we can watch it on screen. Yeah, the pants never come off. This is where we left off.
Hello, officer. My name is Steve.
Ha! Take that! Oh no, wait a minute. I must have missed that part. We're good though. I backed out just in time. He got a little wild there. He was posting cringe on main. God damn it, I even skimmed through the video and missed the one part he brings out his fucking butt cheeks. Those reflexes though are nutty. You wouldn't see even a single pixel of ass cheek. Now, if he was in a hot tub, I wouldn't be worried. But since he's more like in a public situation, I feel like maybe Twitch wouldn't be okay with it. When I was first watching this, I thought this was Jack's Films playing a part or something as like a little hidden camera, Eric Andre kind of thing. But the more I watch it, the less convinced I am that this is really Jack's Films. I don't think he's the kind of guy that would goatee himself in a public hotel lobby, no matter how committed he is to the skit. After having to throw out this hypothesis, I was left with one conclusion. The man's just out here going hog wild.
Anyway, we have something here.
Hey, I'm gonna show him what's up real fast.
Not instigating.
No, I'm just saying he comes in here.
Oh, yeah. No, if he comes in here, there's like 10 of us.
His belt as a weapon technique is actually pretty impressive. He kind of reminds me of like Avatar: The Last Airbender. You can see him start to channel that energy towards the end there as he's working the belt. Maybe he is like one of the last PCP benders out there now, and this is just him showcasing his mastery and his expertise to the public. The way he's able to just slap that belt against the wall, the way he was like kind of charging it up for a little while, gathering a lot of electromagnetic static ready for a chakra vibrating slam that he just blasts on the ground. You know, this isn't just some ordinary guy. This right here is a dangerous master of karate.
Where are the cops? We're on the phone with him again.
What the?
Really crazy behavior, and I said, he's standing outside of our glass office, hitting the wall with the belt, cussing in some language. Did you not hear that? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't know how sure you are about got 25 staff members in here.
This guy looks like every car salesman I've ever seen in my life. Maybe that's the backstory here, the lore. He's actually a car salesman, he's had a great day selling shit, and now he's just out here in the apartment lobby ready to celebrate, you know? And this is just him having a jolly old time.
What the heck? Oh, wow.
Oh
my god.
Is he on drugs? He's definitely
Is he on drugs? That's like asking if poop smells like shit. I think it's very clear that he is not in the normal state of mind. I wouldn't necessarily say he's sober in this instance. Or maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he just knows what we don't, you know? He's seen the strings that hold the universe together. He's just so full of infinite wisdom that now he appears crazy to us simpletons. You know, kind of like that shit in Indiana Jones where they open the crypt and then like their faces melt off because it's too beautiful. Or like in Jujutsu Kaisen when Gojo like gives you the infinite, like just hits you with infinity and like you just freeze and can't do anything. Maybe that's what happened. He's just truly transcended us as a species and we're just so far behind him now. But I do like that they all start to panic the second it looks like he's going to try and like climb up the chandelier or rappel down it. I'm really not even sure, but he was going to use like his belt as some kind of climbing apparatus, and all at once everyone just lets out a collective gasp like they thought he was going to die from that height.
It was our office for a leasing meeting, and he snuck in the door and sat down next to me, and I was like,
They
"We're
don't
not
have
open
their
right now.
Jinkies cops.
Nobody's fucking
Go
our
police.
minister's office," and he wouldn't leave.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I can really appreciate the character development here. In the beginning, everyone was panicked about this wild man who just came in here acting fucking crazy, going wild like Donnie from the Thornberrys show. But now, as it progresses, now they start to laugh at him. He's become less of like the boogeyman and more of just like a clown that now everyone's poking fun at and laughing at, which I can really appreciate. It reminds me of the It movie where they finally took away the fear and Pennywise was powerless. But this is like in the real world.
It won't lock it. You have to lock it from the computer. No, you have to lock it from the computer.
What is going on?
I'm honestly jealous of the spectators here in the front row. They're getting a full theatrical performance, complete with a Blue Man Group improvised musical number there from that guy, banging on the desk, banging on the plant, and finishing with a giant cymbal crash of slamming the belt on the floor again. What more could you ask for?
Oh, he's putting this now.
Oh, what the?
Oh my god, I think he's killing himself.
No.
He's not
He's his belt buckle now.
He can't see. Gino, I just let him come in here. Oh my god, she caught it. What the hell?
What now? He speaks
My blood
English?
sugar is low.
Unfortunately, that's where this adventure concludes. The police come and escort him out of the apartment lobby, never to be seen again. At least not until the world needs him once more. Then he shall rise like a phoenix from the ashes, to swing from chandeliers and show his butthole to people in apartments once again. But until then, that's about it for this. See ya.